and I'm just young. I was playing club cricket 2 weekends before it, and now I'm in the nets with like Brendan McCullum and Vittoria and all these players. And I just bowled every day, and I got a stress fracture when I got home.
Oh no!
And I always appreciate it really because it was a great lesson to learn kind of what's needed in the sense of being able to be on the park and the workload that goes into bowling.
Fast bowling chose me.
Hey guys, I'm Dane and I'm the host for today. I'm sitting with two incredible athletes and a fast bowling specimen in Trent Boult and KG. I have a couple of questions for them. So here we go, boys. Are you ready? Answer as truthfully as possible, okay?
Okay.
Definitely.
So, Trent, why did you want to be a fast bowler? KG, you'll follow him.
Is this serious answers?
Yeah, no, you can give whatever you want to.
I was too scared to be a batsman, first of all. I used to be an incredible batter, but I got hit a lot, so that made me go lower down the order. But no, in all seriousness, I was fascinated with swinging the ball, watching the idols that I have, and I just wanted a piece of that. So, yeah.
Awesome.
I think fast bowling chose me. I'm kidding. I mean, I don't know. I was just the best at fast bowling.
Yeah.
Honestly, you do what you're best at.
That's.
If I was a very good batter, I reckon I would have done that. But I reckon fast bowling was the one.
Yeah, man.
I think this is going to be a difficult one, but what do you like about each other's bowling? And what do you feel special about it? And your favorite performance against each other or with each other? You tell a great story about KG.
Yeah, it's probably a bit long for this show today, but I tell you, this guy is inspirational with how he gets into the battle and the intimidation he brings. It's not my style personally, but he's up for any challenge, and his record in all the formats across the world, and how he turns up around the globe and brings the game he's got. It's inspirational, not for me, but not just for me, but for a lot of fast bowlers around the world. Yeah.
Thank you, Boulty.
Yeah, boy.
Jeez, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Yeah, we're on camera, boy.
It's all for the camera. For me, I just admire the way Trent just showcases his skill. Again, also through all the formats, got a very good record, can bowl all around the globe. But the record that stands out for me is his one-day record. I was never able to get a lot of fifers in one-day cricket, but he's got quite a few, and he's just a wicket machine. Like with the new ball, he just gets wickets in so many different ways. Yeah, we all know the in-swinger, but he's just got so much skill, and he's got that sauce.
Love it.
The most, if you can remember, I know you guys got loads of wickets in all formats, but the most strategized wicket that you've taken in your career thus far, and can you explain the planning that goes into it, and then just the execution, obviously?
I tell you always dream of dismissing batsmen in certain ways, but we know as bowlers it never actually happens that way, right? Like you think first ball of the game you're going to run and bowl this and it's going to happen, but Ben Stokes was supposed to be here with us, so I'm going to mention him. I got him out in a test match pink ball game at Eden Park in New Zealand, where it was a trademark phrase of a fast bowler, 2 away, 1 in, and it's the only time it's ever worked. So if he was here, I'd love to remind him of that, but that'd be my one.
I think it's. I'll mention Martin Guptill, your former teammate. We played against you guys in, I think it might have been 2018, or no, I think it might have been 2017, beginning of 2017, or just the end of 2016.
Where are we, here or in New Zealand?
We were in New Zealand, and I think we just beat you guys 3-2 in a one-day series. And Martin Guptill scored 150 against us in Hamilton. To win the game for them and keep
great ground. Hamilton's a great ground.
Keep them in the game, in the series, and man, I just remember watching him bat, and I was like, this guy's just not going to get out, and he played unbelievably. The last ODI was in Eden Park, and we just thought, okay, let's surprise him with a Yorker early up, and hopefully it works. And I think the Yorker worked. I think that was a nice little strategy. It happens a lot, but I think that's the one.
Awesome. What's the most underrated fast bowling skill, Trent?
Underrated?
Underrated, that's a hell of a question. But
can KG go first? What do we reckon with that? underrated skill.
I think mentality and like keeping your cool, like when you're under pressure. Is that underrated or is that?
Yeah,
that's rated.
It's a necessity. I'll give you that.
It is.
You've got to have that
it is.
composure. I think the physicality and the fitness, like people.
Take that for granted.
Yeah, around the world, just look at cricket and go, they just stand out there for like half a day and then just chase the ball when it comes to you. But as fast bowlers, you've got to put in the yards to be on the field. So, yeah. But hey, we're seeing the game move in all sorts of directions, right? The ball's not swinging as much as it used to. Sometimes it is. I think that ability to just read the conditions and
It's good answers, boys.
yeah, there's lots
That's
of
good
skills you
answers.
need, but yeah, you need to know any else, Cage.
Yeah.
Underrated.
I think that was good. Your answer, mentality. I think people don't take that into consideration. And you, especially keeping your cool, brushing shoulders with opposition and things like that. People see that, but I mean, it's a part of the game. You have to keep yourself, calm, especially in the Test match format, bowling 20 overs in a day. Those type
I guess
of things.
so.
I think.
I'll hop on your bandwagon there.
Yeah, it's a good answer. The transition between the longest format and the shortest format. How do you guys prepare? I know batters, they speak about, they spoke to Aiden yesterday, Test cricket still helps him in that situation where it's a tough pitch. But as fast bowlers, the transition between, the longer format and the shorter format, what's the planning and the preparation and, the game plans? Does it change much?
I haven't played Test cricket in 3 years, so I feel a little bit out of touch of this question.
Okay.
But obviously, I've played Test cricket before. Yeah, I think as a bowler, you just got to be able to adapt, right? Like, lengths change for individual bowlers. I bowl a different lengths than KG here beside me. But if you come in with the wrong game plan or kind of just mis-execute, that can be the difference in the game. So in the role that I am, I have to be in kind of on the mark first ball, first part of the game. So I just want to be prepared, understand the conditions that I'm playing in. This is a new experience for me, South Africa in itself. I've played very, very little white ball cricket here, so just that adjustment of understanding the conditions is the main one.
I'd say that, and being on the mark, like especially playing against good players, your margin for error, becomes a lot smaller. And especially when we talked about having a strategy towards like a certain batter. If it's a prize wicket or if you want to be on top, you can't always rely on things happening, through the rule of thumb sucking. Sometimes you need to go and make it happen, and then that's where you need to be that much more precise. And when you want to do something and it actually happens the way you want it to happen. Whereas some days, you don't want to just go through the motions and rely on your natural ability to just get your wicket. Sometimes most times actually, you need to be quite intentional in what you want to do.
Yeah.
So that's where conditions come in and strategizing and trying to be precise.
The top 3 fast bowlers in the world at the moment, and what makes them that special? You can't mention each other, obviously.
Can we go one for one?
Yeah, one for one.
I'm sure we're both going to say Jasprit, aren't we? Bumrah is
all form 100%.
the top of the cake.
100%. I'll say Bumrah. I'll say between Cummins and Hazelwood. I don't know. I like them both a lot, but I like Hazelwood a lot.
Let's just put one Australian in the top, so
Okay, let's put one in there.
yeah.
Ooh, I'm going with Hazelwood.
Okay, yeah, good new ball bowler. Yep, and then lastly, we're not going to go someone from the motherland, England. Yeah. Do we want to say Shaheen Afridi, or are we?
I want to say either Shaheen. I want to say maybe Jofra. Okay, let me not be too critical here, because I could have some people hate me.
That's all right. They're not watching.
One more. Hey, Shaheen Afridi is good. Shaheen Afridi is a good one.
The Eagle, they call him.
Ego.
Yeah, we're not going Aussies.
Marco Janssen. Let's go Marco Janssen.
Marco Janssen. Blanc. Yep, 7 for 37.
I think he's proved himself in all formats as well. Test, one day, and T20. Yeah. And he's actually played for a long time, like without getting injured.
Yep.
I reckon.
And he's 6'9", so that helps.
That helps too, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
I think so.
There's our 3.
Okay. day one, you introduced yourself as the humble all-rounder from New Zealand.
I did.
You did?
Okay.
Yes, you did. So
If only you knew.
So, batting skills as a fast bowler. I know my friend here right next to me, he trains extremely hard with his batting.
No, that's not true. That is not true.
No, he doesn't. I was being sarcastic. So, Trent, have you tried to develop your batting at a stage of your career, in long format, short format, whatever it is, but have you tried to develop it and get better at it, knowing the importance of it, especially in 50 over and test match cricket?
I tell you, I never take my cricket too seriously. Like, obviously, I want to compete and play my best, etc.
Yeah.
But when I was young, I used to love batting. But I actually hear, I'll say it on camera, I don't really mind. I'm sure there's actually top order batsmen out there that have the same fear, but I don't want to get hit. You actually haven't bowled me, so he's not going to hit me.
He's not. Now he knows about wide Yorkers.
I'll tell you a funny story, actually. We played against New Zealand in Durban, and I was batting with him. I went in night watchman, and I somehow managed to get 30 runs. New Zealand took the second new ball, and this guy's batting with me. And I'm facing, and I'm like, okay, Trent Boult, I know he's going to swing it away from me.
Second new ball, boss.
So second new ball comes, and he literally bowls a ball down leg. He bowls a ball down leg, and I'm thinking it's going to just go down. That ball swings, I think it started on like this sort of line, and it swung, it almost hit my legs down like this one. I think I even made room for it. I was like, whoa! So that would have been a very funny dismissal if that happened.
Yeah.
But,
I know there's one commentator, he calls you KG baby, Sean Pollock,
Sean Pollock.
thinks that you can get a test 100. Is that true, KG?
Not if I leave balls down leg and they're swinging into my leg stump, no.
Yeah.
You guys don't have to answer this, but there's a question on here. Your favorite batter that you've bowled to, or not your favorite batter and what makes them special? There must be some sort of appreciation having, toiled after, even if it's 4 overs or 20 overs in a day, and you're like, this guy can actually play. I know fast bowlers are not vocal about it, especially my friend
I
here
think
next
mine
to
I
me.
can say now because he's retired.
Yeah, I'm happy to say mine. You go first.
I think it's been that there are some batters that you just keep getting out. I mean, you just love bowling at them, but I'm not going to mention any names. But a batsman that's retired, David Warner, I always felt
Not now!
like his whole character. First of all, it was, you knew that you were going to be in for a battle, and
Which you appreciated, KG. You enjoyed that.
I really did. So I would say that contest was even. I think he's gotten me, and
you've got him.
I've got him. But man, also what a player! Like he could score off balls that certain batters couldn't, and mostly like cutting. But he could like access all around the ground when he was in. So he was really hard to stop, and you really had to be on your mark. But at the same time, you could get him.
Yeah. My guy would be, I reckon, one of the most destructive batters of all time, Chris Gale.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I love playing against that guy. The Caribbean is a great place to tour and kind of obviously play cricket and, the passion that comes over there. But that guy is phenomenal. Like what he's done in T20 cricket. Does he have like 22 T20 hundreds or something like that? Like,
something
that's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But also played him in Test cricket as well. A guy that can take the game away from you at any point. And been on the end of several beatings, but also been lucky enough to get him out a couple of times. And just the character of the game, what he offers the game, and he's recognised everywhere. I think he's brilliant.
That's true, yeah, that's true. I see he's doing a tour of New Zealand at the moment, busy DJing and stuff.
Yeah.
He
The
actually
universe boss.
taught me a lesson here at Newlands. On one of my first T20 games, he absolutely dismantled me.
Yeah.
That was quite funny.
The longevity of fast bowling. Trent, you 35 years old right now. You started quite young. You had a great international career now, obviously on the circuit at the moment. What investment did you make early on in your career? You've probably had some injuries along the way. But what investment did you make early on in your career to sustain your ability for this long?
I got picked out of, I was still in school, 7th form at school, on a Black Caps tour to Australia, and basically went as a net bowler and just got bowled into the ground, not intentionally from New Zealand, but bowled a lot of overs. It was 2007, so workloads and all sorts of stuff, probably not around those days.
It was new to you too, yeah.
And I'm just young, I was playing club cricket 2 weekends before it, and now I'm in the nets with like Brendan McCullum and Vittoria and all these players. and I just bowled every day, and I got a stress fracture when I got home.
Oh, no.
And I always appreciate it really because it was a great lesson to learn kind of what's needed in the sense of being able to be on the park and the workload that goes into bowling, every week, back-to-back games, all these sorts of things. So it was a tough lesson at the time, but I remember just really learning from it and appreciating that happened. But yeah, I've been pretty lucky to have a pretty simple action, and I'm only 80 kilos, so I'm a pretty light frame. So just been lucky enough to tour around and go from place to place. But yeah, you got to put in the yards. And
you spend a lot of time in the gym. I've seen you now also, obviously.
Yeah, I'm ripped as hell. So
There's just the routine that you follow now, obviously, to keep yourself maintained and all.
I think you learn what you need, obviously, through the experiences, but there's no pamphlet of this is what you got to do, because what this guy's done is probably different to what I've done in lots of respects. And Marco Jansen was going to follow a different program than what I am as well. So that's the uniqueness of it. There's no golden rule, but there's no shortcuts. That's the main thing.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
KG?
I'm not going to add too much onto that.
Besides that,
everyone's different.
Physically gifted.
Everyone is different, and there is a part of you that needs to be some sort of natural athlete, and just like Boulty is, and a lot of fast bowlers, you'd find that they kind of are. And it's just about doing the right thing. Not everyone has to go and lift the same amount of weight. Some people are more flexible. Some people are more, some stronger. But you definitely have to have elements of each. But I would say the biggest thing is mentally, especially playing international cricket and then having to play SA20 and then having Champions Trophy and then IPL and then another test match, and then that can get real draining, and that puts more stress on your body as well. So you just have to find ways to just manage yourself and get in your happy place and finding a balance.
Interesting. Great answer. To end off, boys, your favorite spell of bowling in your career that always stands out if you sit and daydream. I don't know if you guys daydream, but a spell of bowling that always stands out for you. Can you give the viewers and the listeners some insight to that?
I'd go to my test performances, I think, although I don't play test cricket because I chose to spend more time with my family. Yeah, when you got the red ball in hand and, it's 10:30 a.m. and you win the toss and you're bowling in New Zealand, it's a great place to bowl. And the performance in that regard. I got a 10 for my one and only 10 for. How many 10 wicket bags you got? 4?
4 or 5, I think.
I only ever got one. It was against West Indies, so I'd say that it just seemed to all happen that day. So
I'll say my debut against Bangladesh. I got a hat trick. I got a hat trick in a one-day game, and that was my first fifer and only one for a long time.
Wow.
And it took me a very long time to get a second one. Yeah.
Awesome.
It was also against Bangladesh, actually. So
your second one, 2.
Maybe we should just play Bangladesh every game. No disrespect.
Thanks guys. I appreciate the insight. It was a bit of fun, was a bit of seriousness. But thanks for your time.
So, Piedt, tell us about spin bowling.
This is a fast bowling.
Please, when are we doing the spin bowling edition? We need to get Rashid in here, Rashid and Piedt in here, and Kaba.
You guys get paid more. Don't forget about George, huh?
And George.
Yeah. Gorgeous George. But thanks, guys. We appreciate it. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's lekker.